How's it going? Ryan here. Today, I'm going to go over the two trades that I took on SPY. The first being a small winner, the second being a small loser. Ended up overall a little bit red on the day, really small day. Kind of a choppier day, a little bit harder to trade. I missed some better entries and probably, took the entries I did because I missed those better ones. But before we get into that, we're on the daily time frame here looking at SPY. A few of the levels I've been watching. Nothing too new. We can actually just hop into something like an hourly and take a better look at this. So basically just looking at this range that we've been in between like 455.6 and 453.8 or so that we've been in for a few days. We had a breakout yesterday, closed back below in this range. And as you can see, kind of opened up right at that range. And this morning came down, tested the bottom of this range, rallied up, and now we kind of found resistance near the pre-market high and the top of this area that we've broken out into, I guess, 3 times now. And that upper area is 456.4 that I'm watching. So the first thing is that we opened pretty much at the top of that range that we were in past couple days and sold off immediately, coming all the way down to test yesterday's low of day, from which we rebounded, hit 455.3 or so, immediately reversed back down into this area close to yesterday's low of day, flew all the way up back to this range where we rejected, bounced off pre-market low. Or I'm not even sure if that's pre-market low. It's just a pre-market level that I really liked because we held it and bounced off it a few times. But we kind of were just ping-ponging around in this range. I think the best trade that I could have taken is calls in this area. The reason being, if we look at how yesterday's price action responded in that area, we came down, bounced, and had a pretty bullish move into the aftermarket, from which we trended up, and were bullish all the way through the pre-market before kind of selling off and retesting this level down here. So one thing is that we know we have some support in this area. Another is you look at the wicks on these two candles here, pretty high volume candles, super long bottom wicks as they push down into this area and then get bought up. And then another thing is on the 2-minute here, we have a nice green hammer candle off that low of yesterday as well when you see this here. So selling volume kind of slows down as we get into this level. We have a higher volume hammer trying to get pushed down, gets pushed back up. We even have another sort of like a doji after that. So yeah. After seeing this print, I should have felt pretty confident to take calls for a scalp. Would probably trim somewhere up in here at that pre-market level and then keep a runner. I would be targeting this level, which you see we ultimately got to on this second go around. So that level was reached, not on the initial push, but we had a little bit of a pullback into this area again, still making higher lows though. So made a high, higher lows, higher high, higher low. This is where I entered my first trade. So once we had made a higher high, came down and found support, I entered a call here. I trimmed one on this push off, and then I set my stop loss below this wick for the second. So I got a really small win here, and then on this candle here coming down, hit my wick, or hit my stop loss at the bottom of that wick and stopped me out. So that was a small loss, and the first trim was a decent, maybe like 15% or so. So overall on that trade, I was positive by I think like $3 or something. Pretty minimal, but that is why I took that trade. As I seen that we'd made a bottom here, some higher lows, a sequence of higher highs. We're kind of testing the upper range, found some support and closed above that pre-market level, and looked pretty bullish too, especially when we got this high volume candle here. I I felt pretty confident that we would come up and retest this level again, just with the way things were going. But yeah, should have known. It was a bit choppy. This was the same area that we got a very mean reversal initially, so same exact area. The second trade that I took was another call down here. Once we had held this level, come down, increasing volume, holding this level on increasing volume, I bought a call, I believe on this candle, and I got stopped out on this one. So I put my stop loss below this wick and took a very small loss on this one. So overall, ended up the day, just read a few dollars. This trade was probably, I mean, you can see that we got the move. I was just looking for a scalp. Honestly, I just wanted a bit more after getting stopped out of this trade so early. So maybe a bit of greed drove me to it. But you can see we kind of faked out. We sold down into this area before reclaiming that yesterday's low. So this would have been a much better entry here. That's a much more convincing candle, similar to what you see here before we reversed. So yeah, maybe a little early on my entry, got stopped out before it pushed up. That happens. But yeah, the idea was there. It just didn't work out. But I had my stop pretty tight as well because I didn't want to risk, having a loser on a day like today. I didn't feel like risking much. You can see the rest of the day we kind of played out, like I said, almost just ping-ponging back and forth. This is on the 2 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, you can kind of see that we were just having rapid reactions, pretty much just back and forth. But that's all. Those were 2 trades I took. Nothing really great. It was definitely a little bit weird of a day to trade. There were some trades that were better than others, and it seems like I picked those that weren't so great. But we'll be back tomorrow. Overall, kept my risk management super tight today, so I guess that's one good thing I can take out of it. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. I do stream live every Monday through Friday, so come stop by, say what's up. I love to have people in the channel. It's fun. That's all I have for you. I hope you have a great day. Peace.